It's a delicious 11:50 p.m. right now. Now you might have a couple questions. Question number 1. Why are you on the stationary bike at 11:50 p.m. at midnight? That's a great question. The answer to that one is because I totally forgot that I even had this thing, which is crazy because the stairs to the basement are right here. You walk past it every time you see it. And so for these past 2 vlogs, I could have been on this thing. I could have been getting my cardio work in because the last time I did cardio was Sunday, and it's Thursday. I was supposed to do running on Monday and Muay Thai on Tuesday and Wednesday, but I had not done any of those things because I've been busy. Got that work deadline too, but today should be the last day of these not ideal workouts because the deadline is Friday. I should definitely be finishing that on Friday, and then I'll have time to do the regularly scheduled workouts. Second question is, are you wearing the same pair of sweatpants 3 days in a row? The answer to that is yes. The answer to why is because I guess these are my home sweatpants right now. I'll just wear the same pair of sweatpants because they're clean and I've just been home. So why not? And the third question you may have is, if you're doing cardio, why are you wearing a sweatshirt? That is another great question. The answer to that one, because usually in real life, I would be shirtless right now. But I don't know how appropriate that is for YouTube. I mean, I know it's appropriate, but just thinking about my audience, right? I don't know. I don't know what my audience wants to see. I don't know. I know my boss follows me, but I know it'd also be fine because I'm working out, right? It's not like I'm doing anything scandalous. So I'm like, I don't know. What's the procedure? I don't know. I'm wearing a sweatshirt because it's the first thing I pulled out of my laundry that was clean and that I could wear because I didn't want to be shirtless on YouTube. So I don't know if that's fine, but we're getting our work in. This is what I wanted to do. I was thinking between this and stretching. And you might think, why not just do stretching? It's midnight. Why are you doing cardio at midnight? I don't know. I just didn't want to go another day with not doing cardio, because ever since I started doing Muay Thai and running, I've been doing so much cardio. I know my cardio won't go away in 2 days, but I just kind of feel like I always got to keep it up. Muay Thai I do 4 times a week, and I'm doing at least 2 hours of cardio on those days, because Muay Thai classes I'm doing for 2 hours, and it's on and off. So it's like a mix between kind of steady state cardio, just because I'm doing it for so long, and high intensity cardio, because that's what fighting usually is. It's high intensity, short bursts of high intensity cardio. And then 3 days out of the week I'm running. One of those days is another high intensity day. It's intervals, so high intensity short runs, quarter mile, and then one long run, because that's my only long steady state cardio. And to be honest, this is my personal opinion. I think you don't need to do that much long distance running for fighting. That builds your gas tank size to go multiple rounds. But I think a greater emphasis should be put on the high intensity cardio, because a lot of people tend to gas out like after the first round of a fight, because it's a lot more intense than even hard sparring is when you're training. The adrenaline dump, what they call it, when you get a huge wave of adrenaline on the first round of a fight, and then after that wave you get super tired because you go really hard. It's that high intensity cardio that you got to train. So that's why I do a little more high intensity stuff. Going hard on the heavy bag, hard on the pads. Those are ways to build that high intensity cardio, specifically for fighting. The rule of specificity: if you want to build cardio for fighting, you should fight really hard on the heavy bag and on the pads. That's how you do it the best. But of course, cross training with running, cycling helps. I'm not going super hard right now, just because I still want to be able to talk to the camera. And this is just kind of more acting like a steady state cardio exercise. I'm going at a moderate pace, but still a conversational pace, which would help a half marathon, because when you're training those long runs, they say you want to run at a conversational pace. Not running too hard, not running too easy, but that's how you can tell if you're running at the right rate for those long runs, training for a half marathon. Yeah, a little bit about my running history, I guess. I'm not a good runner, like at all. I'm kind of a below average runner in speed. I never trained speed. This is actually my first time this training, since I started training like this. This is my first time actually running for speed. So the first time doing interval repeats and doing tempo runs. And maybe that's why I was never a fast runner, because I never trained for speed. But I've done one half marathon before, and I did it in like 2 hours and 15 minutes. So not a fast speed. I couldn't get under 2 hours, unfortunately. But I did that, and then during that half marathon, I injured my knee. I'm pretty sure I injured my IT band, because I feel it at the bottom of my knee, and I kind of feel it on the outside of my knee. And I think that's a sign. I never got it checked out though, but I think it's a sign. And I did that April 2023. So it's been a year. And it's been such a long time of recovery, just of not running, before I could have actually even ran a mile. Because like I mentioned in my last vlog, like this February was my first time really running again, and really running before my knee started acting up. Now I'm getting into these high distances, and honestly I do think that I am progressing a little fast. That's why I've implemented the run walk method, because I do think I'm increasing mileage a little fast. But there's a half marathon at the end of April that my friend and I want to try and do together. He's never ran a half marathon either. So it'll be a fun time. Get to hang out with my friends again. They're in Canada, so I got to go up to Canada, hang out with them, if we decide to do it. But yeah, before that, I think like 2021, I ran a lot on that year, and I increased my mileage very quickly. So 2021, January 2021 was really the first year that I started running. 2021 was the first year I started running. I can say that. I hated running before that. Absolutely hated running. But I started in January just for fun, without any expectations of trying to get to a certain distance. Just thought, I'm going to go outside and run for fun. And honestly, doing that kicked it off for me. I think if you want to get into running, go outside and run an enjoyable pace. As soon as it stops being an enjoyable pace, slow down. You're going too hard. All right? That's how you get into running, I think. That's how I did it. And eventually, after that day, I thought, that's actually... sorry, I hit the mic. That's actually not bad. I should do that more. I should do that again. So I went out and I ran again at a comfortable, enjoyable pace, enough where it was like, yeah, this is kind of a challenge, but at any time it got tiring, I slowed down. When I was ready to run again, I started running again and repeated. Then that first month, January 2021, the whole month, I think I ran like 14 miles, right? The next month, I was hooked. February, I think I ran a total of 35, 40 miles, right? And then March, in that month, I ran a total of 80 miles, I'm pretty sure. 75 or 80 miles. That just being my third month of running. So, that's another example of me kind of going all in on something when I like something. I really go all in on things that I like, because I really want to be good at the things that I want to do. That's just, I guess, an example of me being an overachiever. But I feel like I get joy out of completing challenges in a sense of progression. So, I run 3 miles. It makes me happy when I get to run the 4th mile, when I get to run the 5th, Getting better kind of brings a fulfillment to me. So that's why it's also a good practice for me doing this YouTube thing, to not go fully into it and just focus on the things I enjoy, because it's a way for me to practice doing things in moderation. I tried doing the heavier editing style and the planned out videos, but it just took too much focus out of other things. And then in March, after running 80 miles, hurt my hip a little bit, I think, or it was my knee. No, it was my hip. And then I actually had signed up for a half marathon in October. The Baltimore Running Festival, October 2021. Signed up for that because I thought I could do it. My hip felt better. I was training for it. My friend went to the gym and I went with him. And I actually ended up hurting my left knee running on the treadmill there. Somehow. I have no idea. It's like I was running normally. I was running fine. But somehow, just that one time running on the treadmill, I ended up hurting my knee. Took me out. It was like the middle of the year too. So I couldn't recover fast enough to do the half marathon in October. 2022, I focused on strength training, calisthenics. I like calisthenics. They're a lot of fun. Doing pull-up variations and stuff like that. One-arm push-ups. That's always fun. And then, middle of the year, I switched to powerlifting, because I decided I really want to get into the squat, bench, and deadlift. I trained that for a little while, and then I bought everything off Facebook Marketplace. My whole lifting setup got for originally like $750, and then I later bought more plates. So my whole setup is like $850 or something. Then this bike was like $100 on sale off Amazon. But I'm getting sidetracked anyways. I did powerlifting style workouts in my bedroom on the third floor of my house when I was still living with my parents. That was a lot of fun. Except, another example of me going way too hard and hurting myself. I hit a deadlift PR for the second or third week in a row. It was like a 320 pound sumo deadlift. Nothing crazy, but still kind of a beginner, and I've never been exceptional at anything physical, so I've never been like a strong person or a fast muscle strength gainer. And I'm hurting my back, and so 2022 I stopped weightlifting. And then I think I didn't do anything. Oh, no, I stopped weightlifting. And then I started running again at the end of 2022. Started training for a full marathon at the end of 2022. I was training with my friend, my cousin, and my friend, the same friend who I want to run the half marathon with now. And during that training, April 2023, I did a half marathon, hurt my knee. I went too hard in the half marathon and ended up hurting my knee, IT band. So that caused me pain. I couldn't run anymore, so I went back to powerlifting at the end of the year. I kind of took a little break in the middle of the year from doing things. And so I started powerlifting again at the end of the year. At December 2023, I hit my highest powerlifting total, which was 850 pounds. Squat 300 pounds, deadlift, sumo deadlift, 365, and bench 185. My bench is really bad. For context, I weighed like 175 at the time, so not really that great on the bench, but slow gainer. But that was really when 2022 was really when I found out the power of eating enough food and eating properly. Because 2022 was the first time I started strength training and actually got gains. Food is so important. You're not going to make gains if you don't eat enough food, The gym prepares your muscles to be open to growing, but the nutrition you get from eating is what actually creates that change. So you can't grow any muscles if you don't eat the protein and the calories to literally grow. You can't grow from nothing, You need food to fuel growth. Anyways, did that. And then the beginning of 2024, I decided I'm going to get back into Muay Thai, because Muay Thai was kind of like the only physical thing I was like decent at. And it was one of the few competitive things that I really, really enjoyed physical wise, Like, I'm really bad at catching balls. I say that I don't play ball sports like football or soccer because I cannot catch balls. But Muay Thai, punching and kicking people, I loved it. That and boxing. I boxed with some friends in college for fun. But Muay Thai I did all throughout high school. So the beginning of 2024, I decided I'm going to go back into Muay Thai because I feel like maybe I have a aptitude for it, and I decided I shouldn't waste that ability. While I'm still young, while I still, am in my prime, and maybe not even in my prime yet, I shouldn't waste these years, and I should use these years to try and get as much out of fighting as I can. That being said, I haven't decided to do a fight yet, but and because I'm a perfectionist, I never feel like I'm ready, you know. Never feel like I'm going to be good enough. So maybe I should just sign up, or should just ask my coach about signing up for a fight, because I don't know. But that's a plan for after the half marathon, because the half marathon that my friend Rudy and I are planning on doing is scheduled for the end of April. So I'm not going to think about anything else until that's over, at least, so I can adjust my training. But yeah, beginning of 2024, I started doing Muay Thai, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to work hard. I'm going to make sure I'm working harder than I was the day before. Even when life gets in the way, I'm going to make sure I'm doing something to get better each day. That's why I'm on this cycle at midnight, because I'm getting better than I was yesterday. Decided to do lifting because I wanted to keep my strength. Didn't want to lose my powerlifting strength. Doing running because I love running, and I want to use my love for running as a way to increase my cardio for fighting. And I'm doing Muay Thai because I'm good at fighting, I think. And I really, really enjoy it. And I want to take it as far as I can while I still can. And I'm still young and capable. I mean, I still have plenty of years ahead of me. I could continue this until I was, say, 35, you know, because I already have like 3.5 years of experience. So I hop back on the bike now. I can get that experience, and I can keep doing this for a while. So we'll see. Who knows? Maybe there'll be some full amateur fights in the years to come. But yeah, you know, I didn't really plan on this video being like a history of my physical adventures. But yeah, to recap, I love powerlifting, I love weightlifting, I love calisthenics, but I love strength training in general. I love running, and I love fighting. And really this year of consistency, has been my opportunity to do all three at once, and it's been very fulfilling, you know. Another part of me is I love pushing myself. I love going hard. I love just being better than I thought I ever could be. I don't know, sounds super corny or whatever, but I don't know. I feel like life is to be pushed to the limits. There's definitely a time and a place for relaxation and peace and living a peaceful life, but I think if you have one chance to be young, why not try and make the most of it? Anyways, thanks for cycling with me. Hope you enjoyed this little talk. I think I'm gonna start titling these videos again, just because I do end up talking about different things in each video. If there was someone who was interested in the thing I'm talking about, I think it would be beneficial to put the topics in the title. Yeah. I made 30 vlogs. This is my 31st vlog. And you can definitely see how they've changed along the way. I really like how this style of vlog is, to be honest. It's my favorite. It's the style of vlog that has gotten the least amount of views. I think the least amount of retention. But I think this style of vlog is the vlog that means the most to me. And the style of vlog that is the most fulfilling. So I want to keep doing this, even if no one watches it. And that's what I've learned vlogging to myself for 30 days. It's that even if no one watches these journal style vlogs, that this is what I want to do. So I'll see you on the next vlog. Stay grinding, stay moving. Any step forward is better than a step backwards.